Welcome. Welcome to Hands of Provision. My name is Mary, and today is where I save a little bit. I call it a little bit because I just put $5 in all of the sinking funds and saving goal funds that I have identified in my life and incorporated into my budget. Just $5 a month, but it helps me to see what I have, what I need, and it just gives me a little sense of peace. One of my favorite comments to this series when I've done this $5 is from a beautiful woman that said she's in a nursing home and they take almost all of her money. But what she does get to keep, she's made envelopes and she puts money in them, and it gives her a sense of independence, that this is something she has control over. She can save money in a kindness fund to give some to someone else. Whatever she wants, whatever she has determined, that cash is hers. And I think that's what separates cash from money in the bank. Someone else commented that money in the bank, the government sees as theirs, as they can take that if they need it. Interesting thought there. So others have commented, how much money do you need to have in cash just in case there was some kind of emergency, electrical or internet, and you can't actually access the money that you have in a bank through an ATM. So it's not a bad idea to have some money for each thing in cash. And so all those things play in my head as I created these envelopes and put that $5, just like I said, $5 once a month is all that it takes. So I'm going to be walking you through mine that I have, and maybe you can see where you would like to start. So I think I'll start with the easiest, and that is my top 3 goals for 2026. These all have their own saving challenges. These are my high priority, and there's only 3. And that is debt payoff, month ahead, and recast, which is really for retirement. I would like to be able to stay in my home when I retire. I'm almost 63, and so it's very close. It's basically here. So I don't know how much I can actually get in there, but you know what? It doesn't hurt to dream. It doesn't hurt to start and see where it takes you. So I'm going to put $5 in to debt. Now, what I did last time is I took out, I had found that by just adding $5, I had gotten to what I call a meaningful amount. I had $50 in there the last month. And so I took $45 out and I put it in the bank. And yes, I just said to keep some out. But after it gets to a certain point, you do want to put it in there. And so I start again. So I have $10 now in here for debt payoff. And month ahead, that's one of my big goals for 2026. I'm also putting another $5. Again, I took out the $40 and I actually put that into my larger challenge. I'm trying to get another month ahead, and I use the month ahead snowball. I do that on Wednesdays on my channel, and I took that $40 out and put it into the snowball where it can show my progression towards my goal. So now I have 10 once again for month ahead, just with $5. I left the 5 in there because 5 is what this challenge or this method is all about, just getting $5. And I didn't want to take it back to 0. So I just took it back to 5. And this is, like I said, this went to my retirement challenge, the $40 that I took out of this. So just $5 in that would have been like 8 months. I had the $40 to send to my other challenges or to put in the bank. And those are my top 3 high priority challenges for 2026. And I have a little bit more in there and a little bit more feeling of independence. And then I have my long-term sinking funds. And that starts off with abundance or emergency. It's for an emergency, but once it's in here, we call it abundance, so that if something did happen, we draw from what we have been able to save up and from our abundance. I removed $45 from that and put that into my challenge, my bigger challenge for that goal of emergency. And we're going to put, now that we have $10. So it's a little bit like starting over, and yet they are still there. They're in the bank or they're in that other challenge. And I still have a little bit of cash in here. I was putting some prop money to represent, but I don't think I'm going to need to do so. So this is home repair, and $45 went to the bank there. And now I am starting to build up again the cash. And so I have $10 in home repair. Once it gets to the bank, it tends to get spent. I find when it's pulled out and into cash, it doesn't seem to get spent as easily. So that's another reason I like to have some of the money that I save in cash rather than in the bank. This is medical. It did go to the bank, $45, and I'm starting to build up my cash again. It is nice if you had an emergency, like I said, and you can't get to the bank, or the ATM is down, or there's all kinds of things that can happen. And it's very nice to have some cash on hand to draw from. And so this is technology, and this is for long-term, like something a little bit more costly, like a laptop or a cell phone. And I had that money go to the bank as well. I got to put 130. This one built up quite a bit. Some challenge money came in here. And so it definitely needed to go to the bank. And now I'm starting again, $10 in technology. And then finally, the last one in my long term is for vehicle repair, putting $5 in there for vehicle repair. And now I have $10 in cash. And that money went to the car challenge that I pulled out of here. And that is my long-term sinking funds. Saved, touched, $5 in. Not a lot, but enough. Enough to make me feel like I have some control. I know it's probably an illusion. We don't have control of anything, do we, friend? But still, it does make me feel better to have something set aside. Okay, so we had, this is clothing. It had $84. It had built up quite a bit from some challenges going in here. So it went to the bank, and I dropped it down to 5. And now I'm adding 5 again. And now once again, I have $10 in clothing. These are my variable expenses, what I call my variable expenses and sinking funds. And eating out, I had to put that money in the bank, 65. Like I said, I cannot believe how this little bit of savings added up over time until I had to make the decision to take some out and put it in the bank and start again with $5 a month. This is fun events. I had quite a few events coming up here for family, so definitely took that money to the bank, $75 there, and just left it at the 5, and now it'll have 10 once again in fun events. I'm hoping that you're seeing some categories, and if you're not already doing this, you're thinking that these are categories that you might choose, and you might be thinking of others. that it might just jog your thoughts. So this is groceries. Never hurts to have a little extra for that. So I put $97 in the bank for that, dropped it down to 10. I'm sorry, 5, and now it'll be 10 with this August $5. A little bit, every little bit helps. Home furnish. Pop that back in. Home furnish, I sent $60 to the bank and took it down to 5, and now it will be at 10 for home furnishings. Just something, you never know, we might need a new couch, something to help towards that should that need arise. This is household. I had $45 that went to the bank and drop it down to 5, and now it will be at 10 for household. And that is, I'm sure you'll know, like paper goods and so forth. Cleaning supplies. This is toiletries. This is just personal care. Took that $50 to the bank. And now, with this addition, we'll have $10. It's nice to have a little extra on hand if needed. My spending last time, I did not add to it. In fact, I put it in the bank for my spending because it had grown quite a bit. It had some challenges that got added, and I had one in birthday money. So I brought it back down to 5. And now it will have 10 in here. Just a little extra fun money, should I need it. Miscellaneous, those things that you just don't think about, and you've all of a sudden you're like, I don't have a fund for that. So I'm going to add 5 because I had sent that to the bank as well and dropped it down to 5. So now it will be at 10 as well. So pretty much all of these now are getting reset, and we'll have to climb again. So I did have to use some extra money for my little dog, my little old girl as I call her now, so sweet. And she's needing a little bit more care than she used to. So now I have $10 in my pet care. Starting to grow again. Very nice. And I feel good that I have looked at those. Now this one I saved towards the last because this short-term sinking funds, I did put the money in the bank from each of these, but then I had to use it to help a family member who had an emergency. So I was glad I had it. I was glad I had saved up, but I am starting definitely for fresh on these categories, and that's okay. That's okay. I had it because I had set it aside. So that is $10 in birthdays. And then Christmas, we'll be having 10 now. Yes, I loved that comment from that friend. A beautiful thought. You know, you're in the nursing home, they take everything, but what she gets to keep, she gets control of. I loved that. I was humbled by her and that comment. That it is a measure of control. We don't have control over so little. I mean, it feels like everything is so big and we're so small and helpless against the tide, but she takes control where she could, and I think that's just admirable. These little bit savings are how I'm trying to do that as well. And this is Just Forgot, another one that will help if a category comes up that I did not save for, and this is for short-term times. And then this is kindness, and I did use the money that I put the 100 in the bank. Like I said, all of this went towards helping someone else. And I was thankful to have it to help. And I had it because I put a little bit aside each month to do so. Rainy day savings. This is actually, I'm hoping to get a day off and not have to worry about my paycheck would be short because of it. So I'm starting to get on this one because that money is gone that went to the bank. And then this is short-term technology. This is more like printer ink or things like that you need rather than the long-term saving for technology. And so we're starting again on this, and now we have $10. Trips to family, that always needs to get bulked out because I have beautiful family that live in about 2.5 hour radius from me, and I have to go to birthday parties. I don't have to, I get to, is the better word for that. And I absolutely love it, but I do need a little extra cash for that, for the gas and for treats, for my grandchildren. So I definitely want to save a little extra there. And this is for vacation. And now that had $9. I guess it had extra ones in there, so it was a little bit of an odd amount. So putting the 5 in now, we have $14 for vacation. And that is my short-term sinking funds. And lastly is holiday. And holiday is getting a little bit of a boost because I play a mini binder, a mini challenges. If you don't know what that is, watch a Saturday video, and at the end of my daily and weekly calm savings, I do my little binders, and I save a little bit for my top goals, 6 of my top goals, and then also for some variable expenses with little mini challenges like this. And once they're completed, the money goes into, so when you've seen it said challenges got added, this is how that happened. So I have $14 from that little challenge. Let's make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Actually, it's $16. And so it was allocated for holidays other than Christmas. And I do know that New Year is fully funded. I don't need much for New Year. So we're going to skip that. I'm going to put the $5 into Resurrection Day or Easter, as it's more commonly known. So I am now down to 10, starting again. And I think I'm going to be putting 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 of that in here as well. So we'll do 5 from a challenge. I always like to know where it came from. And so we have $15 in Resurrection Day. Mother's Day. I didn't put that back, did I? Okay. This was to represent, this is prop money to represent what was in the bank, what was sent to the bank. And then we'll put the $5 there. And now we should have, well, we have 50 in the bank. We have 10 here. $10 adding up again for Mother's Day. And then Memorial Day. These smaller holidays like this, I never used to save for them, but then I found that I did. spend extra money on those days, extra money in groceries, for grill outs, extra money if I wanted to buy some flowers or potted plants to freshen up around the place. So I thought I should probably save a little bit for those events. Father's Day, add its 5 in to Father's Day. Had 5, so now it's at 10 for Father's Day. So it's not all holidays, it's also some events in the back here, as you'll see. So this is July 4th. Again, a smaller, well, there's a prop money. Smaller holiday, but definitely you end up spending money, don't you? So it had 5, we'll add the 10 from August and start building up again until we can get to a meaningful amount. And the same with Labor Day. We have 10 pretty much now in most of these sinking funds. Okay, and this is an event like I was talking about. This is Prime Day. I like to take advantage of sales when they come along. So I wanted to put some in that. That was 5, we're gonna put 10. Kind of messed that one up just a little bit. So Prime Day, trying to save some for that. To, like I said, take advantage of some sales. Thanksgiving, definitely need that for, and these are all, by the way, for next year's holidays, because this year has pretty much already been taken care of. And so I'm saving ahead, which you have to do when you do small bits like this. And it just because it takes time. It takes time to get to anything meaningful. So you do need to allow yourself that time and get going early. Okay, so I have some extra 5s, and I have the extra money from the challenge. I think let's put our normal 5 in here, so that we know that we did that. And then this one probably is though, no, I know what I'm going to do with that. This one was for holidays, so it's going to go in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, because it definitely needs more if I'm going to take advantage of those sales. So I'm going to write challenge, so I know where it came from. So now we have $21 in Black Friday. And I have extra because some of the envelopes that I had in here, I took out, weighted down, trimmed down, but I know where that money is going. Like I said, I had to help a family member. So I did deplete my emergency or my abundance fund. So this extra 20, so I'm trying to get back up on that to get back where I need to be. So I'm going to put the 20 in here to start that rebuilding. So I'm just going to put extra on that. So now we should have $30, 10, 20 into abundance. And that is my little bit of savings, my simple $5 a month savings into all my sinking funds and saving goals and variable expenses. I hope that gave you some ideas. It's just a nice feeling to get a little bit of cash into everything. And thank you for being here with me till the end. I'll see you in the next video.